All righty. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Greg Majeski here, back here on the Weather Nerds channel. Decided I was going to do a quick update on Sunday, kind of between football games and baseball games and stuff like that. And you guys deserve an update. So I wanted to give you an update as we do have, I'm going to go ahead and call it Tropical Storm Helene off the Carolina coast. Hurricane Center is calling it potential cyclone number 8. But when it's got winds to 45, I don't like this new system. I think it makes it confusing for everybody, especially since they know they're going to be talking as a tropical storm. So let's just call it Tropical Storm Helene is now formed off the coastline there of the Carolinas. So we're talking about this area here as you look off the coast here, right off here. This is the water vapor image you're looking at. You see that little green ball. It's really gotten better organized pretty rapidly this afternoon. Didn't know if we were going to get this because it was on the tail end of a front, and a lot of semantics there to know whether we're going to get development or not. But it's looking like it's moving into the Carolina coastline here as we're going in here for tomorrow, probably around midday or into the early afternoon. Here is the better perspective here on the storm as you're looking at the kind of the visible imagery here, and you see in the blow-up of thunderstorms around that center of circulation. It's a little bit on the south side of this thing, so we're talking down here toward the lower part of this is where we're seeing the center of circulation starting to get better organized and develop at this time. And it'll strengthen a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be overly bad. But we'll see the conditions deteriorate there along the Carolina coastline as it'll be swooping in some pretty heavy rains there along the Carolina coastline as we go through the day tomorrow and then kind of lingering into Tuesday. So here is your regional radar here. Again, you're kind of seeing that low again. It was on the tail end of a front that it was getting organized on there. And it's already spreading some of the rains up toward Wilmington, around Myrtle Beach, and coming on in there. And that'll be going uphill here for a little bit later. Hey, guys, I'm seeing y'all popping in here. Welcome, Aunt Jemima, and to Rashid. Oh, and by the way, if you're getting this update after I've already recorded it, if you could do me a favor, please subscribe to the channel. Come on board here. Get your updates here. I know there's a lot of us out there in the YouTube universe, and it'd be a pleasure to have you here on board. Let's go ahead and look at Radar Omega. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. So we'll take a closer perspective here on the track here. As you know, when you look at the radar here, you think of the center of circulation somewhere up in here, but right now the weather service has got tracking here to the south, so not unusual, especially when you got a system that's just now starting to get itself organized to see that. But you see that track taking it up in this direction here. Looks like making a landfall here somewhere south of Myrtle Beach. Now, we'll say this, some of the models actually had it further north than that, but we'll see how it works out as we go to tomorrow. If it looks like things are going to go downhill for tomorrow, probably plan on doing some live coverage here for tomorrow as the system moves closer to the coast. Now, we do have some watches, some warnings up along the coastline there, and you got it there, again, coming in right along the South Carolina, North Carolina border, everything to the right of where that center of circulation is. Again, is that from Edisto Beach, South Carolina, and northward up to Oracoke Inlet in North Carolina. Those are the areas there right along the beaches. And, of course, right at that, you're going to have a lot of flash flood watches that are going to be up here for the interior sections of, say, the Carolinas. I'll switch over to that so you get a better perspective there. You see all the green there. So flash flood watches up for some significant rainfall, 5 to 7 inches of rain. Not out of the question for that neck of the woods as that storm starts to make its landfall. Let's take a live look here along the beaches right now. This is Sunset Beach in North Carolina. Looking the wave heights, kind of a rainy, damp day. Definitely not a good beach day to say the least. But those sea conditions will be deteriorating a little bit here for tonight, and some beach erosion will be going on there as well. And we go further down the beach here toward Myrtle Beach. Also looking at some rough seas there along the beaches as well. I'm looking at that, and I can see rip currents all over the place, so definitely not a good place. You see it kind of rolling back in on itself. That is a good indication you've got some rip currents there, and you darn sure don't want to get involved with that, to say the least. So, well, once again, I'm going to rehash this. If you're just kind of joining us here, as we do have a new, I'm going to go ahead and call it Tropical Storm Helene. You notice the top sustained winds are at 45. Technically, from the Hurricane Center, they call it Potential Tropical Cyclone 8. That's something new they went to this year. I am not a fan of it. I think it's confusing. You either have a storm or you don't. I think it's just very confusing for the folks. And they are expecting it in the forecast track to be as a tropical storm anyway, with landfall coming in sometime around 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon along the Carolina coast. So you see there where they got the warnings up there from South Carolina all the way up into North Carolina. But it's going to be on the right side of that center of circulation where the highest surge, probably 2 to 4 feet. I don't think it'll be too bad, as the top sustained winds at landfall. Right now, they're expecting it around 50 to 55 miles per hour. So it doesn't look like it's going to get a whole lot stronger than the current current intensity of that as it is currently sitting there on the coast. So again, kind of rehashing again, we'll take a live look here at the satellite imagery as we've got this new system that has developed pretty quickly here for this afternoon. This will be Tropical Storm Helene. It'll be short-lived, won't last very long, and then it'll move on inland, and then we'll see about our next named storm. So we got Helene coming on board here. Going to be a quick storm, not going to last very long, maybe a day, and then it's gone. And then we'll be looking at later our Isaac is the next storm. And I'll be honest with you, I'm getting a little concerned about stuff down in the Caribbean, possibly coming up the chute, Gulf of Mexico, east coast of Florida. Got to watch that here on the long range. That's something I'll be watching here very closely. Hey, if you're new to the channel here and you have not yet subscribed to the channel, before I hang up here today, please do me a favor. Please subscribe, share this with your friends, and we invite everybody here to get your weather information here on the Weather Nerds channel. All right, that is your 5 o'clock update. Again, you guys, I appreciate you guys checking out the channel. Again, be good, stay safe, and if it warrants for tomorrow afternoon, look for some live coverage here beginning probably around 10 o'clock in the morning tomorrow morning, and I'll probably do a morning update live as well. All right, that's your update. You guys take it easy. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.